When the emergency hits and the power goes out, you don't want to wonder if you've got enough backup power. Today, we're going to solve that problem for you. This is the Anker 757 PowerHouse, 1229 watt hours, 1500 watt power station. Let's check it out. Alright folks, welcome back. So I wanted to show you this today because this is an amazing system. This is easily, hands down, the best power station that I have reviewed yet. And I have been using this for quite a while, way before it was released to the public. Couldn't show you it yet, had to wait till today, but now we can tell you all about it. So this is the Anker 757 PowerHouse. This thing is the longest lasting portable power station. This can last for many, many more years compared to most power stations. Anker offers a 5-year guarantee for peace of mind. So this will really outlast most of your other electronic devices in your home. You've got the longer lasting batteries and the 5-year warranty if anything goes wrong with it. Also too, if you're interested in smaller models, we want to let you know that the Anker 521 and the Anker 535 PowerHouse also have the same LiFePO 4 batteries. So if you don't need this much power, you can get a smaller unit with the same quality batteries that will last you a good long time. Also, too, we're going to have a discount code for this at the bottom. I'll mention it. I'll post it at the bottom of the video. That will be below. It's for 10 days. It starts today on the 14th. That's a $100 discount code on it. So make sure you check that out before you purchase this so you get that. This has the LiFePO 4, or the, what do they call them, lithium ion phosphate batteries. They can be charged up to 3,000 cycles. That means you can take this down to nothing and recharge it 3,000 times before the batteries only go to 80%. Then you got some more after that. So that's definitely impressive. That's 6 times longer lifespan than the industry average. Another neat thing about this is it recharges very, very quickly. You got 1,500 watts output. You got a capacity of 1,229 watt hours. And this can do all sorts of stuff. I mean, it can power things that you never thought you could power with a power station. So it's getting closer to the point where these power stations are going to be taking over a lot of the everyday kind of emergencies and disaster preparedness type stuff that gas generators do. I'm really impressed with this one so far. I mean, I've been very gentle with it. I haven't beat it up, but I have tested this with some very high loads, and it's performed flawlessly. So this power station really has it all. It's got the longest lasting, highest capacity batteries. And if you're living in a place where your power goes out often, something like this is also kind of neat too. Another neat feature of this is you can even use this as an uninterruptible power source, a UPS. We did a review on one that was a specialized UPS a while back. But you can plug this in, plug devices into it, and when the power goes out, boom, there you go. You got a backup source of power. So it does have pass-through charging. This thing can recharge off of solar, of course, your wall plug, your car charger, and I always tell people, if you're going to be using a car charger, please remember to have the vehicle running while you're charging it. This thing will drain your car battery if you're charging it up. To turn it on is very simple. You're just going to hit that button, and I did use it a little bit yesterday, so it's at 99%. It's got a bunch of different plugs and AC outlets. It's got all of your USB ports, your PD ports, your car socket or cigarette lighter as we currently refer to it. You just push that button right there. You'll see the little icon light up on the screen. And pretty much that's how you do it. It's very, very simple to do. You just push that button and all your AC outlets are ready to go. You do have grounded and ungrounded outlets. So these are always open. Now something I noticed about this that I thought was really unique is the fact that this has a power saving mode. For those of you that have watched reviews of people who plug in their refrigerator to something similar to this, and they complain when they come back in a couple hours because the power station's off. Well, that's because it is always looking for a load drawing on it, and your refrigerator, once it gets cold enough, shuts off. What this will do is put it in that mode. You'll see the little green thing there. So when it doesn't sense a load being drawn off it, it will shut it off. If you want it on constantly, you just turn off the power saving mode. It's really, really cool. So this whole thing has 6 AC outlets, 1,500 watts of power, 2 USB-C ports, 3 USB-A ports, and a car outlet to allow you to charge 13 devices simultaneously, and this will shut off after a while. That's fine. It's supposed to do that. Another neat feature on this, and we'll show you the back in a second, is this is solar compatible, so you can charge from 0 to 80% in just 3.6 hours. Now that's with a max of 300 panels. We're not going to be 300 watt panels. We're not going to be using 300 watts today to demo this. I have a 100-watt panel that we'll put in, and I just want to show you how it works. Obviously, it's almost fully charged, so we'll show you how that takes into charge. In April, Anker is looking to launch the full kit with the solar panels, 300 watts of solar panels. Basically, it's going to be 300-watt panels. This has a very nice grip design here, and believe me, this is heavy. You will need to grip from both sides and pick up. It is very ergonomic, very easy to grip it. Despite the weight of it, you can actually pick it up and carry it, and we'll show you that when I take it outside. I'll show you how it moves around. It weighs about 43.9 pounds, but you have a whole lot of battery capacity in there, so yeah, it's going to be a really kind of heavy deal there. Got a lot of batteries in there. So the first thing I want to do with this is kind of show it off a little bit. Now, I know everybody thinks, well, let's go plug in a fridge to it. Well, my fridge isn't really drawing a lot of current right now. I just checked it. So what we are going to do is I'm going to find some high draw devices, and we're going to test them out with this. First thing we're going to try is a heat gun. Now, if you guys have ever used a heat gun, I use these for making holsters sometimes, or for projects with heat shrink tubing and stuff like that. You'll be familiar with this. We're going to try it on high and low. It has off, low, and high, so we're going to try it on high and low. I'm going to turn this on first. And you'll see right now I've got 99.9 hours left, okay? Plug in our heat gun and turn it to low. And over here you'll see the draw. It's drawing 516 watts, 503 watts right now. Okay, so that's what it is. It's definitely hot coming out of there. Let's take it to high. And there you go. 1,035 watts. Got about an hour running time on something like that. That's pretty darn impressive, and this is a very high draw device. Let's try it out with something else now. Let's try it out with a hammer drill. All right, so the next thing up is the hammer drill. This doesn't draw too much, but we'll give it a good shot. 298 watts, 211 watts. And if you notice, when I started this up, it didn't have that, get going. It starts right up full speed. That's really impressive. Let me go try it now on a few other things here and see just what we can pull down with it. All right, so underneath this power station, I have my freezer. I have had it unplugged for a little bit. I sure hope when I plug it in, it's actually doing a draw. Last time I did that, it wasn't drawing anything. It was kind of embarrassing. Like, oh, look, it's drawing nothing. So it is running. We're going to plug this in, see what we get. All right, there we go, 423 watts. You got 13 hours of that, okay? Now it's dropped down to 55 watts. So you can see the hours and wattage fluctuate. When it comes on really, really cold to chill everything that's inside. It's probably been unplugged for about 15, 20 minutes. What I'm really liking is the display. It's very informative. It lets you know everything that's going on with it, and that is really, really nice. I always hated other power stations that don't show you. I want to see how much time I have left and how much current I'm drawing. And I want to see how much I'm getting in as well when I'm charging it. So I really, really like that. So we're going to plug in some stuff into these ports in the car socket and see how that works now. All right, so before we plug the little wimpy stuff in, there's one thing I always like to test with these type of power stations, and that is making coffee. If you guys didn't realize, your coffee machine, we're also going to try an air conditioner, but your coffee machine draws probably the most amount of power in your house. A window AC unit would probably be pretty close to second on it, and we'll try that next. What I want to do here is we're just going to make a single pod of coffee. This is my little single pod coffee maker. If I can do this without spilling everything. There we go. Okay. We're going to plug this in right here. Okay. Got my pot of coffee. Put it in there. Let's turn the display back on, and let's hit that button and see what happens. There you go, right up to 682 watts, right off the bat, while it's heating up the coffee. So we're going to let this run a little bit and see how it takes the battery down. We've got 1.5 hours remaining, so I can make a whole lot of coffee if I don't want to make it over an open fire or with a propane or gas stove. Really, really simply. So let's give it some time. I'll bring you back when we're making coffee. All right, so I noticed something here just now. This went up and down, okay, as it was heating the water. It's still at 682 watts, and then it dropped to 0. Then it went back to 682, then 0, and this stopped making noise during that time. And that's normal. That's how that operates. So that is normal. But it's interesting to watch the power fluctuate and to see our battery voltage drop a little bit there. We're at 95%, so that's good because we're going to put it on a panel and top it back off. when the video's coming to a close. There we go. Getting ready to pour that coffee in. And as you can see here, let me put that back on again. We have no draw at all. It's just pumping water out. You got 42 hours of it doing just that. So the hours are kind of variable. You know, you'll notice that it goes up and down with time. All right, let's let that finish up. We're going to try it on an AC unit. I will plug in some stuff here to test it out, and then we're going to charge it back up. All right, so we're back on the other side. I probably should have done this after I did the freezer, but oh well. And I wanted to show you this window air unit. Now, this over here is a 5,000 BTU air conditioning unit. I realize that not running it outside isn't optimal. I'm not going to try to air condition my garage, but it's sitting here on top of a water barrel. But I do want to show you the draw and show you what it looks like when the compressor kicks in. So we're going to turn the display back on again, and we're going to turn it up on. You can notice over here that you'll start getting a draw, 328 watts. Okay, 330. So you got about 2.9 hours on that. We're going to take it up to high and wait till the compressor kicks in a little here. Realize how dirty it was. 302, okay, 306 watts. And there we go. I'm getting cold air, chilled air. So the compressor has kicked on, and it's not advisable to run an AC unit like this. I'm only doing this for demo. That back will get rather warm, and it won't cool anything off either. You're taking the humidity from outside, taking it out of the air, putting it into the house's cool air. But it's a good demo to show you. You got a good hour of air conditioning, and in a place like where I live out here in the desert, that's really important. Just enough to get this going before I maybe roll out a generator that'll run all afternoon, or just enough to get cooled down a little bit. So definitely important feature. So let's finish it up with some USB stuff, and I'll bring you back when we're all set up over there. All right, so for the final power test, I want to show you it using the other side of this. First thing I'm going to do is turn on the car socket. There we go. We're going to plug in this fan, which I have on low. Now this fan is pointed this way, so I don't blow the noise over the microphone of the camera, and it gets annoying. So as you can see, that's drawing about 7 watts there. We're going to plug in some other stuff here. I have an O-light we're plugging in down there to charge it up. Okay, charging it my cell phone up top. There we go. That's getting charged now. We're going to use this little light if we need some light. This is just a tap light, LED light. You can just tap the top and it turns on. See? On or off, depending. And lastly, we're going to power on my radio here. This is my little GMRS TID radio that I reviewed a while back. Get that all plugged in there. So I can have all this stuff running and still not even really put a dent. That's 61 hours with all this stuff running and only 12 watts output. That's pretty darn impressive, and really nice to know about how much current you're drawing and how your devices are charging up. So definitely a cool little thing there. I really like the ability to see what you got coming out of it and what's going into it. Really quickly, I want to show you the light. This is probably going to blind you guys, sorry. But it's a nice low light. You know, it's a warm color. It's a yellowish warm color like a light bulb. So you've got that, you've got high, higher, and then you've got off. No flashing, no silliness, just does what it's supposed to do. You've got a low, medium, and a high. And it is, like I said, as you can tell in the camera, it's a warm light. It's not like a bright white LED. So that's really handy for seeing the front here without blinding you. It's also handy for when the power goes right out and you're like, oh gosh, where are my devices? I can hit that. I can look around for my devices, plug them in, turn it off when I'm done. So as you can tell, this is really a powerhouse. This thing has so much power in it. It's just amazing. And if I wanted to turn this on too, I could plug something in there too, and you'll see it has all the indicators for plug, the car charger, and the USB chargers as well. Definitely an impressive little unit. I'm definitely going to be using this a lot. I have really had a good time testing this out, and this was sent to me by Anker for review, so just want to let you guys know, and I've had a good time really putting this through its paces. Now we're going to try charging it up with solar. I'm probably not going to go for, 100%. We're just going to charge it up for a little bit and see how well it does. And then we'll plug it in and charge it that way too. And I'll finish up the video as we're doing that. All right, let's bring this over here. There you go. You can see with those handles, very easy to carry around. Even though it's a heavy unit, those handles really give you a lot of leeway in carrying it. Makes it really easy to carry. So I'm going to give you a quick look at what I got to set up here. I'll just have a generic solar panel out there, 100-watt panel. Again, I didn't bother putting in 2 or 3 more because eventually Anker's coming out with a 300 watt panel kit. So we just have one for now. Okay. So of course the charging won't be as quick as they say. I'm going to plug the panel in, and we are going to fire it up and see how it goes. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit so you can see the display. Once I plug it in, see we're at 94% here. I've got my plug for the rear. That's going to go in the back here. Let me flip you around quickly and show you. Okay, this is the back. This is your charging area. That's going to be your wall plug. That's going to be your solar. Real simple. Fits in just as it should. And there you go. Let's spin it around, see what it's doing. Okay. There we go. We're getting 79 watts in out of 100. That's not that bad. Got 1.7 hours before it's fully charged. And again, remember, we're only doing 100 watt panel. You can do this a lot faster with 300 watt panels, and it will take up to 300 watt panels. So a total of 300 watts of charging. This has very, very fast charging. So let's let this sit here for a bit. I want to get it up to like 95, 96, and then we'll finish it off on the bench. So while we're waiting for the solar to work over there and get it done, I wanted to show you the accessories this comes with. Now, of course, you're going to get your car charger, okay, and your wall charger. Remember, your wall charger will plug into a different plug than the solar, okay? And then you're going to get this here. Now, this is a 3-to-1. You'll notice you have 3 different ways. You can plug 3 different panels. When Anker comes out with their 3 panels, you can plug 3 of them into one output, and you can do that from 0 to 80 in 3.6 hours. So that's really, really fast for a recharge. And they already give you this cable. Now, I can tell you right now, most companies would probably charge you about $75 for that cable. It comes with the unit. And don't forget, too, that I'm going to have a discount code with this down below. You have a full instruction manual here. There's your 3-to-1. You have a full instruction manual here. Very, very detailed. Will let you know everything that's going on. So, definitely a handy little thing. So, we're going to get that back up here, and we're going to finish the charge up on the wall power and see how we did with the solar panel. Oh, by the way, I did forget to mention, it does come with a cover, too. This is a cover for the whole unit. This will fit over the top of it and cover it up. So if you're keeping this in, say, an RV or something where there's going to be dust or dirt from the outside, this will protect your unit really, really well. All right, let's clear this stuff out of here. Let's get that back up here, and let's take a look and see how it's doing. All right, folks, so remember, this is the longest lasting portable station that can work for way more recharges because of the lithium iron phosphate batteries. So we definitely got ourselves a nice charge up there. It's 98. That was about 35, 36 minutes or so. I really wasn't paying attention with that panel out there. It was right in the sun. It was doing really, really good. What I'm going to do is plug in the power in the back now. Let me step around my camera and my lights and all my other stuff here and spin it around really quick so you can see. We're going to plug the power in off the wall, and I'm going to charge it up while I finish up the video and tell you. There we go. Whoops, I'm moving my whole desk there. There you go. That's good enough. So you can see we're getting 1,000 watts in off that charger. This does have an Mppt charge control for your solar panel, so it does optimize the energy coming in from your panels. It is really, really handy. I love the display. It's got input power, output power, charge, recharge mode, all the active ports that are working, whatever port is turned on. When I turn on a port, it pops up there. Really, really easy. It does have pass-through charging, so I can put this on a panel. Wow, that's quick, already at 99. I can put this on a panel and run my AC outlets on it. Very, very handy. You've got all your active ports that are displayed up there. Your remaining recharge time, point under a minute there. Remaining recharge time, remaining capacity, your temperature alarm that will go off if it gets too hot, and remember, your power saving mode if you want to save some power with CPAP machines at night or whatever. So definitely an awesome little unit. The LifePo 4 batteries really, really make this worthwhile. I will, like I said, I will have a coupon below, and I'll also have the link where you can pick this up below as well to the whole Anker store if you're interested in any of their other gear. I'm really impressed with it. I've been amazed at how well this thing has worked over the time. I'm going to give you a little bit of stats, and then we'll wrap up. Your capacity on this, like I told you, is, 1,229 watt hours, okay? Your AC output, you got 6, all of them at 1,500 watts. Now, that's not a combined. You can't go 15, 15, 15, 15. Combined 1,500 watts total power out of them. Your AC surge power is 2,400 watts. So if you're running something that surges really high for a few seconds and then drops down, This will cover it up to 2400 watts. Your USB output, you have 4 at 12 watts. USB-C is one at 100 watts and one at 60 watts. Your car output socket here is 120 watts, and your AC output is, of course, the 1500 watts. Your recharge time, like I said before, you can go from 1 hour to 80% from zero, and 1.5 hours to 100% from zero. That's really impressive. We're almost there now with the wall charger, but that's pretty darn good. So your solar recharge time, 3.6 hours for 80% from zero, okay? Your net weight is going to be 43.9 pounds. And again, not bad with the handles. Really, really manageable with the handles. That's 19.9 kilograms. Your dimensions, 18.2 inches by 11.3 by 9.3 that way. Your discharge temperature is going to be -4 or 104 degrees. That's how high it can go or low it can go. And your charge temperature is going to be 32 to 104 degrees. Nice to know that I can charge this up in a little bit of heat, because where I am, it gets hot out here. So definitely a neat little unit. This is the Anker 757 PowerHouse. It has just been released. It's going to be down below. Check the link. Check my coupon code for it too as well, so you can save some money on it. And then come, I believe April, they said, they're going to be coming out with the panels for it, the 3 separate panels. If you already have panels like you saw, it'll work. You do need the adapter to make sure you get that correct charge input, but it'll work. But I would go with the Anker panels, and when they come out, I intend to buy them, because this is going to be my main backup unit that I'm going to keep in the house readily available, and not just in my storeroom charged up. So this is going to be used a lot. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Like I said, the link for this will be down below. The discount code will be below that. We have our Amazon affiliate store as well. Our freeze-dried wholesalers link that will save you 15% on anything you order on the site just by clicking the link. That's all you got to do. Our Buy Patriot Supply link, which is preparewithiridium.com. Preparewithiridium.com. We got some great deals going on there this month. And our Thrive Life freeze-dried food store. Definitely time to get stocked up on some food. Anyway, folks, thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.